Hey guys, Chris Garrison. Want to introduce myself. I'm the school director here at Aviator PPG as well as the operations manager. Going to take a little time here to explain wings, wing ratings, desirable features of certain wings, and kind of the hierarchy of how we start students on wings and how they progress if they choose for the higher performance characteristics. So just to start off, we use Ozone wings, and the Ozone wings that we have are rated by a European system. It's called the EN rating system. And what they do is they rate the wings into 4 different categories, which are EN rated A, B, C, and D. An A-rated wing being the most docile. It's a student rated wing. A D wing being very fast, very reactive. A lot of considerations with that type of wing. So if you look just geometry-wise on an EN A-rated wing, you'll notice they're easy to pick out because they have a very low aspect ratio. And what I mean by aspect ratio, if you looked at the top of them, an EN rated wing is going to be nice and thick. It's got to have a large chord versus its wingspan. If you look at the other extreme, like an EN rated D wing, you're going to notice that the aspect ratio is very high. It's going to look extremely elliptical, very stretched out. This shape for an E-rated wing makes it extremely docile. It makes it a very forgiving wing. That's why we use it with students. It is certainly not a wing that a lot of people say, oh, well, that's just a beginner's wing. Why would you want to invest your money in a beginner's wing? There's a lot of reasons why you'd want to do that, because it's a super safe wing. It doesn't require user input to get out of any type of trouble. So if you suffer a collapse, you don't have to do anything. On an END rated wing, if you suffer a collapse or something, you have to actively pilot this wing to recover. Having that in your arsenal, even if you're a skilled pilot, having an EN rated wing, it may allow you to make the decision on a day that it's super windy or maybe gusty, where you would not take your D-rated wing up or a C-rated. Having a A-rated wing in your quiver, basically, you could say, I'm going to fly my Mojo. And grab your Mojo and go out there and enjoy it. Know that you're safe. So what do you give up with an EN-rated A wing? You have all this stability. You have all this safety that's inherently built in. So the question is, what are you giving up? Basically, you're giving up speed. It's not a very fast wing. It's slow. It's docile, it's very slow on the reaction, but it allows you to make big gross inputs, or a student to make big hand inputs, and it not to go crazy or to do anything. That's kind of the breakdown. So the other question is, how does the European system, how do they figure this out, this A, B, C, D rating? If you look up how it's done, there's 23 categories that these wings are tested in, and they're simple. Some of them are super simple. How easy does it inflate? How easy does it track? If you input, toggle, and release, do the oscillations immediately go away, or do they continue to build, or is it just neutral stability? So a lot of different categories like that it's tested in. There's 23 of them. It all goes all the way up to full parachutal stalls. And heading changes upon recovery from stalls. So those categories, 23 categories, in-flight categories that they test it. And the really cool thing about it is, like you take, for example, a Spider. A Spider is a B-rated wing. But if you actually look at the test results, it only failed the B category in 2 of the categories. So all the other 21 categories, it scored the rating of an A. But once it trips the lever into a B, it becomes a B-rated wing. So the Spider would be considered a low B or a low-rated B wing. So we get a lot of questions from students as they're buying their initial paramotor, and they want to buy their wing, and they want to invest in a wing, and they want it to last them a long time. They don't want to fly for 6 months and feel like, oh, I need to upgrade to a B-rated wing. I'm going to answer that two different ways. You can't go wrong with buying an A-rated wing. It's something always nice to have. You always have that option to fly a nice stable wing. If you're so inclined, buying a B-rated wing, something like a Spider, is a nice step up. It also opens up a lot of different options down the road. It's not that much of a step up from a Mojo, an A-rated wing, but it comes with some really nice benefits. So it kind of fits in between these two ratings. What the benefits are is the Spider itself is much easier wing to launch. It's probably 10 to 15% easier to pull off the ground, to inflate, and to get above your head. It's a wing that really likes to fly. It's very stable. The other benefit to it is it's a little quicker in flight. It's probably 4 miles, 5 miles an hour quicker than a Mojo. So you get a little more ground speed. You can go and catch up with your buddies when you see them at a distance in the field. But I think one of the most awesome benefits of it is that it's a wing that can grow with your skill level. It has tip steering. You don't have to fly with tip steering. You can fly the wing for over a year and enjoy it and build your skill. Once you start to become bored and think, man, I really need to step up in a wing, all you have to do is reach up, grab your tip steering toggles, bring them in and join them with your brake toggles. Now you have a completely different wing that will probably keep you satisfied for another year or so. Just trying to learn the 2D type steering and how it changes the characteristics of the wing. Once again, Chris Garrison with Aviator PPG. If you have any questions, and you want more detail to what I'm talking about, feel free to reach out to us. You can check us out on the website. You can find our email contacts. Please write us, or even on social media. Put the questions out there. We love to answer them. Thank you.